It always reminds me of what's important in life. You say that after you invite me into your bedroom. Would you like to come into my bedroom to do whatever it is that people do when they date? Also, this book is less important in life. Welcome back to Undertale. We're all here. We're all recording. It's been the motto for the past few years. Just checking. We're all on the same page. Last time we played, we got a date, I think. We'll have to follow up on that. We at least made a friend, which is always fantastic. I also have not played in a while, so we're all gonna be in this together. We're all gonna bear with me and my forgetfulness about what keys do what and how do the thing. I keep looking down as though you can see that I'm looking at my keyboard. I am. Bear with me. I also forgot the buttons so hard that I did not realize how close. English, also difficult. Apparently I need to practice English. Erasing your save file. Restart. That button is dangerously close to continue. They should be eons apart. You should have to like deep dive to find that shit out. You should have to like go into settings and then another subfolder and then another subfolder. And that is dangerous when I don't know my way around a keyboard anymore for a game. Just putting that out there. It was a dangerous thing that happened before we even came back in together. English escapes me like a lot more than usual. That's the part that I'm doing. I hit my glasses. We're getting all the chaos out before we get into more chaos. Anyways, Papyrus. Is the date actually happening? Wait, do you follow me? Oh my gosh, you follow me. You are like active listening, but with your body. So you came back to have a date with me. Yes, and I got all my chaos out in the beginning with like this verbal diarrhea. So that means I should have my shit together by now. That's what that means. I must be really serious about this. This is a Batman reference. Like that's what this begs to be, like a why so serious. I'll have to take you someplace real special. Is it gonna be your garage? A place I like to spend a lot of time. Oh, is it your garage? Can we actually walk that fast without being escorted somewhere? My house! I relate to that a lot, actually. Ironic that I made a lot of references to like, we're all in this together, implying we're all staying home, you know? Social distancing. We're kind of doing that. Yeah, okay. Oh, we can go in. There is so much to process here. First, one of their rooms is on fire. I'm assuming Sans lives here too. So, is the caution tape room. It feels very teenager-like. Don't come into my room, Mom. I say that like I wasn't a teenager who didn't have a ton of shit on my door. It's this game of like, who's behind door number 1? Caution tape. Does it scream Papyrus or Sans more? Or fire. Papyrus or Sans? Or is this the kitchen? Oh god, the kitchen would be on fire with Papyrus, wouldn't it? And there's like one lone sock. There's just a lot to process. This is my brother's pet rock. Oh my god, is it named Hector? Is it? He always forgets to feed it. It's not a Tamagotchi, it's a pet rock. As usual, I have to take responsibility. I mean, we could say that Sans could say the same thing, but I don't think Sans would literally say the same thing. Sans doesn't feel like the type of monster, who verbally takes responsibility, but the actions are a lot of like taking responsibility. It's a lot of like behind the scenes, mastermindy type stuff when I think of Sans, but not like, it's very behind the curtain, like the man behind the curtain type of thing. but less taking responsibility for the actions that Sans is doing. That's what I think of with Sans. Versus Papyrus is the complete opposite. Not really doing the actions, not doing the thing, but taking all of the credit. None of these things are inherently bad, but like, when we talk about who's doing the actual actions, it gets a bit confusing then. Like, who is doing what? Because it feels like I can't actually trust Papyrus when Papyrus says like, I do the thing, or I am doing the thing, because just because you're saying that you're doing it doesn't mean that you are doing it. The rock is covered in sprinkles. Oh, yes. Love sprinkles. Also, the rock doesn't need the sprinkles, I need the sprinkles. I will gladly take those sprinkles. Is this a door? Oh, it's a room. Okay. It's very confused. It's a dirty sock with a series of notes on it. But why? Sans, please pick up your sock. I love how Papyrus sees a sock on the floor and thinks to himself, I'm assuming that this is the thought process here, thinks to himself, I'll put a note on the sock that Sans has a blind spot for, apparently, or doesn't care about. Either way, like, the note goes on the sock. The note doesn't go, I don't know, to Sans. He doesn't talk to Sans. He doesn't put the note on something important of Sans so that way Sans can't miss the note. It goes on the thing that is obviously inherently being ignored, therefore the note will also be ignored. And then, I'm assuming based on the comment about a series of notes, he just continues to make a pile of notes. So it's like a post-it note. It's like a new block of post-it notes, but they're not new. They're used, written on. You get my drift. Okay. So it's not just that Papyrus writes the note. Sans replies. This is like a text message conversation back and forth. All on post-it notes, all on this sock. Meanwhile, it would have actually taken less effort for anybody along the way to have just picked up the stupid sock by now. But instead, we're expelling more effort and energy to make this a meme. Again, this is a game of memes. Don't put it back down, move it. I totally picture Sans being the type of person to just be a little bit of a sarcastic shit, but to technically pick it back down and move it like an inch and then put it back down. I technically moved it. You didn't say where. That's the vibe that I pick. I'm picking up. Okay. You moved it 2 inches. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. It was 2 inches, not 1 inch. I called it though. Move it to your room. Okay. And don't bring it back. The fact that you have to specify that says a lot about how you see your brother or what your brother does. Okay. It's still here. Didn't you just say not to bring it back to my room? The technicalities. I could see Sans being a fantastic lawyer. Fantastic lawyer. Finding all the loopholes, all the discrepancies, depending on whether, like, on what their client is paying them to find. And just being an artist at saying, it depends. Isn't that the lawyer way? It depends. This feels like Sans. Forget it. I feel like this is the master plan, if there was one. Malicious compliance, annoy the shit out of someone until you get your way. And here we are. I don't know what I was expecting, but not this. It's my favorite game show. It's not quite static. I don't know what that's called. I'm sure there's a name for all the colors. It says, stay tuned for a new program. This is the catchiest, like, stay tuned music I've ever heard. It's very, like, intro to an anime tune. Not the ending. The ending to animes are usually, like, slow and thoughtful. You gotta have an upbeat intro. You gotta get everybody jazzed. Why? It's usually better than this. Like when you get everybody hyped for something that you really like and then they don't like it, and it's like, I'm so sorry that I got you so hyped for it. This is just a bad episode. Don't judge me. I'm not judging you. I am. I actually am. I will own that. But I find this all hilarious. So inherently finding something funny, I guess we could say, is judgment, but it's not that I'm saying this is bad. You touch the couch. It makes a jangling sound. Is it made of coins? You find a bunch of loose coins inside the couch. Yes, money. You know, I'm not getting experience. I might as well get money. Thank you. What is this book? It's a joke book. Of course it's a joke book. We gotta have the funnies. The funnies deflect from vulnerability and emotions. So we gotta have the funnies. Take a look inside. Yes. Inside the joke book was a quantum physics book. That's too much thinking for my brain. You look inside. Oh god, no, not to the physics, not the physics. Oh god, inside the quantum physics book was another joke book. No, not a loop. You look inside, there's another one. How small are these books getting? You decide to stop, thank you. Whose book was that then? Welcome to Scenic My House. The place where I cultivate all of my spaghetti. That's a weird sentence to put together. You can take that as you will. Or leave it. You can also leave it. Enjoy and take your time. I certainly am. Okay, the answer to door number 1 with the caution tape. Let's see whose door it is. That's my room. Really? I mean, I guess I would say that regardless of whose it was, neither of them exactly screamed one or the other to me, but yeah. If you finish looking around, you just said I could take my time. I have not. I need to poke my head into your room. Sounds intrusive, and it is, but I want to do it. And I also want to poke my head in Sam's room. We could go in and... Oh! Not like that. Do whatever people do when they date. No. Papyrus, you don't know this, but we're on camera. It's like candid camera. I don't know if that show is still on, but like, we're on camera. We're not doing this stuff on camera. That's risque. Go inside. No, let's, I guess not right now. Yeah, let's not. After that, no. A classic image of bone. Insert 99 reference here. Yes. It always reminds me of what's important in life. You say that after you invite me into your bedroom. Would you like to come into my bedroom to do whatever it is that people do when they date? Also, this bone is less important in life. The 99 reference, even more appropriate. Okay, what is the fire? The door is locked. Of course it is. Sans, you have been mysteriously absent for a while now. Or I'm just taking my very sweet time poking and examining everything. Let's talk about your kitchen. Speaking of which, what's in your trash? That's a trash can. I'm aware there are some games, I don't know, Pokemon or something, where you find Pokeballs in trash cans. Don't judge me. Feel free to visit at any time. Wow. Was that a burn? Oh my gosh, was that a burn? I'm weirdly proud of you. What's in your... Interested in my food museum? That is an interesting thing to call your fridge. This is my food museum, where I cultivate the things I shouldn't eat. Please, reuse my culinary art show. Peruse. Papyrus, I guess, is sometimes hard for me to read. half of the fridge is filled with containers all labeled spaghetti. That tracks. The other half contains nothing but an empty bag of chips. Chips don't have to go in the fridge. I'm guessing like half the fridge is Papyrus, half the fridge, not literally Papyrus, for Papyrus, and the other half is for Sans. This is a very tall sink. Impressed. I increased the height of my sink. Can you even reach it? That's very impractical. Now I can fit more bones under it. Take a look-see. It is the best thing, favorite that I've got nothing. The dog likes the bone. What? Catch that meddling canine. And your little dog, too. Curses, foiled again. How long was Sans waiting there at the door being like, I can't, not yet, not yet. Oh, no, no. Okay, but nope, not yet. Like, Sans, stop plaguing my life with incidental music. Is it really plaguing at this point? That was like an angry march. I want to look at the rest of your kitchen. Is there really nothing else under here? Forget it. Okay. Stove? Nothing on the stove? My brother always goes out to eat, but you mean your brother doesn't want to eat your spaghetti? Recently, he tried baking something. What did that produce? It was like a quiche. Hey, quiches are pretty good. But filled with a sugary, non-egg substance. So baking. How absurd. How strange. I mean, sugar though. Okay, well I can't go into Sans. We're doing this? Don't be what I think it is. Yes. You have a fascination with fire, don't you? I don't know how I feel about that. Hey, those are all the attacks I used on you. Just in a box? Great memories. It seems like it was only yesterday. It feels like it needs like a dramatic... I don't know what you call that. Even though it basically just happened. The music stopped here. I don't know how I feel about that either. You're a pirate. Isn't that flag neato? Undyne found it at the bay. Does that mean there are pirates at the bay? I think it's from the human world. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would a human flag have a cool skeleton on it? I caught up. It took me a while. I'm caught up. Well, I have a theory. Go on. I would love this theory. I think humans... This needs a drum roll. Must have descended from skeletons. Oh, honey. Oh, you sweet summer child. Yeah. That laugh just doesn't quite fit there. Okay. Ah, yes. Action figures. A great reference for the theoretical battle scenarios. Okay. It's like you just gotta like tap it in to get it where you want to be. And it's just adorable how off it is. How do I have so many? Well, it's from your show, right? Obviously, it's from your show and you enjoy your show. And that's the thing, right? Well, let's just say they're from a chubby, smiling man who loves to surprise people. When you put Santa that way, it sounds awful. Yeah, that's right. Santa. Yeah, phrasing Santa that way is not great. Plus with the lack of music. That book's one of my favorites. How do you know which one I'm looking at? Advanced Puzzle Construction for Critical Minds. The next book's another one of my favorites. Peekaboo with Fluffy Bunny. Okay. The ending always gets me. What happens to Fluffy Bunny at the end? What happens to Fluffy Bunny? The internet! I'm quite popular there. I actually believe that. This game, super fucking popular. I believe that. I'm just a dozen away from a double-digit follower count. Wouldn't you actually be like, even if you just started an account, wouldn't you only be like 10 away? Whose book was the quantum physics book? Of course, fame has a steep price. You are suffering. A jealous troll has besieged my online persona. Is it Sans? Always sending me bad puns in a goofy font. I was joking, but it is Sans. It's Sans. Oh, honey, it's your brother. You are very tall, or I am very short, or both. You have a race car bed. Please don't bring up the bone when I click on this. That's my bed. You are very proud of your bed. If I ever get to the surface, I'd like to drive down a long highway. Okay. Not in a bed, though. Probably in a car. But you'd need a license. I mean, to do it legally. Wind in my hair. Honey. Honey. Sun on my skin. Oh, honey. Of course, that's just a dream. So instead I cruise while I snooze. What's in your closet? There are no skeletons inside my closet. Okay. Except me. Sometimes. Why? To get close? Look in the closet. Well, you're giving me the option, so yes. Clothes are hung up neatly inside. Okay. So, just so everybody's clear, I guess this is what people do when they date and they're alone in their rooms. Tell all the parents they don't need to worry anymore. Somehow I don't think that will stop them. That was a zoom. Okay, so is this a date? Did we do the date things? I feel like I should know what a date is by now in my life. Probably says a lot that I'm confused. We did the date thing. Do I have to talk to you? Do I have to talk to my date? Is that a good idea? Probably. The answer to that is yes. Please talk to your dates. Oh, I already did. That's awful. As I'm saying, please talk to your dates. As one of the few non-sarcastic things that I'm saying. And I say that after forgetting that I actually did. Fantastic start to this date. And or end. I'm not quite sure yet. Well, bye, Sans and Papyrus. Because I think I have looked at everything. Oh, you have a Jolly Rogers off your house too. I didn't notice that. Okay. Oh, it is still white and scary. Please stop. Oh, it did. Oh, it did. Oh. And I just keep going. What are you? What are... Nothing? You're nothing? This is horribly scary. Just because it is... You know, I'm in this part and I'm like, this is scary because the unknown and there's like sound effects and I haven't done any of the battles for a while. And then that very sudden transition to hello, Sans. And a save point. I didn't have to panic save, I guess. Yo, are you sneaking out to see her too? Yes, no, maybe, yes. Yes. Awesome. She's the coolest, right? Yes. Who? I want to be just like her when I grow up. When I grow up, I want to be a... I don't know, panic mode. The, like, crisis of, as an adult, we're supposed to have all of our shit figured out. And then the moment, as an adult, when you realize that nobody has their shit figured out. Nobody knows what they're doing. The expectation that as soon as you hit 18, you're supposed to know what you want to do for the rest of your life, as though there's only one thing that we do for the rest of our lives, as though work is our purpose and work is how we define our worth. All of that is bullshit. But as though we suddenly cross the threshold of being 18 and we just magically know what we want to do for the rest of our lives, and as though that one thing will pay us a livable wage in this world. That's a big concept that gets pushed on us a lot. And then we cross that threshold of 18 and we're like, what? Where is this magical gift that I was promised that was going to be given to me? And it's not. And I have to figure this stuff out on my own. This is bull. I can't help but have that come to my mind when it's like, when I grow up, because we start asking kids what they want to be, as though what we do, again, is actually what defines us. Once they're like, what, 6, younger? I don't know. And we just keep asking people that. Maybe the things that we do, like our jobs, don't define us. So it's something like saying, I do therapy. I work as a therapist. That is microphone. Look, every single time we have to have this conversation, just not today. Okay, not today. It is different to say I work as a therapist than saying I am a therapist. When I say I am a therapist, that's like saying my work defines me. My work is me. My work is my worth. So then if my work isn't going well, that's like saying I'm not worthy. Or if I'm questioning if I should be doing the work that I'm doing, that causes a lot of other existential crises. But if I say I work as something, I work as, I don't know, an astronomer. I work as a therapist. I work as a librarian. I work as a bus driver. Pick your thing. It creates some amount of separation between our job and our sense of self, our sense of worth. We do start asking kids when they're astronomically young what they want to be, as though it's so important and not happiness. Weird. But also, like, as an adult hearing this question, I can't help but think of this crisis that once we hit adulthood, we don't always know what we enjoy doing, and that's okay. It takes a lot of trial and error to find out what we enjoy doing as far as work or hobbies or rest time. All of that is okay, but that's not the message that we often hear from society. Hey, don't tell my parents I'm here. I have no idea who you are or your parents, so I don't think that will be a problem. Great talk. Who are you? This is an echo flower. It repeats the last thing it heard over and over. That sounds like it would be horrifying. I don't know what I expected. This is an echo flower. It repeats the last thing it heard over and over. Okay. The sound of rushing water fills you with determination. Hi, Sans. What? Haven't you seen a guy with 2 jobs before? Ironically, I was just going on a bit of a tangent about jobs, but as you do. Fortunately, 2 jobs means twice as many legally required breaks. I guess you're not technically wrong. I'm going to Grillby's. Want to come? Grillby's is the bar? Sure. Well, if you insist, I'll pry myself away from my work. Way to like twist my arm on that one. Over here. I know a shortcut. It's that way though. Fast shortcut, huh? You mean like teleportation or fast travel? Hey, everyone. I've already talked to all of them. Hey, Sans. Hi, Sans. Greetings, Sans. That's a very formal way to say hello. Hiya, Sansy. Sansy. Hey, Sans. Weren't you just here for breakfast a few minutes ago? Yes, Sans needs as many breaks as Sans can possibly get. Nah, I haven't had breakfast in at least half an hour. Sans, are you a hobbit? What about second breakfast? What about 11sies? You must be thinking of brunch. They all joined in. Here, get comfy. Whoops. Whoopsie. Watch where you sit down. Oh, Sans. Sometimes weirdos put whoopee cushions on the seats. Those weirdos. I wonder who that would be. Anyway, let's order. I also see Sans working at SNL one day. What do you want? Fries or burger? Well, wouldn't the fries come with the burger? Let's go with burger. Hey, sounds pretty good. Grillby, we'll have a double order of burg. She's gone. Look at all that alcohol just sitting there. Or water. Sorry, we're too young for alcohol. We are a child lost from our parents. We're not. Alcohol is not. It's water. It's water and juice. Fruit juice. No, that's a different reference from a different game. Water. So, what do you think? What do you think of my brother? Cool or uncool? Well, I'm not gonna tell you. That's like very black and white. First of all, there are shades of gray in this world. I'm not gonna tell you to your face that your brother is uncool. Cool. I also don't think that Papyrus is uncool. I think I think Papyrus is trying. And Papyrus just hits the mark. Doesn't make him uncool though. That would be like a different measurement scale. Cool. Of course he's cool. I also wonder how much Sans tries to make his brother seem cool behind the scenes as part of that, like, man behind the curtain. I mean, he tried with the puzzles. You'd be cool too if you wore that outfit every day. Sans also has a certain level of sarcasm where it's like, is this sarcastic or not? I can't actually tell. He'd only take that thing off if he absolutely had to. Like, if he had to get a bone from a dog or something? Oh, well, at least he washes it. Does he wear it in the shower? Is that the level of not taking it off we're talking about? And by that, I knew it. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Here comes the grub. Want some ketchup? Wouldn't there be ketchup already on the burger? Yes. I don't think that's how you spell that. But if you're going for the pun, bon appetit. It's not how you pronounce it, but okay. You tip the ketchup. No, I should have said no to the ketchup. This is gonna be a thing. The cap falls off and all the ketchup in the bottle pours onto your food. Then what's the point in getting me the food? Whoops. It's not a whoops. You know it's not a whoops, Sans. Forget about it. You can have mine. I'm not hungry anyway. You probably don't have a stomach, to be fair. What are you grabbing? I'm gonna be on high alert for pranks and jokes. Anyway, cool or not, you have to agree, Papyrus tries really hard. I believe I said that. Like how he keeps trying to be part of the Royal Guard. Yeah. Wait, is this a warning? Is this a warning conversation? Like a trying to be part of the Royal Guard means catching humans. One day he went to the house of the head of the Royal Guard. Oh, how did that go? Spill some tea here, Sans. And begged her to let him be in it. Yep, that sounds right. Of course, she shut the door on him because it was midnight. Like, what are you doing here? No, none of this nonsense. It is midnight o'clock. But the next day, she woke up and saw him still waiting there. What? Seeing his dedication? Is that dedication? She decided to give him warrior training. This sounds like the kind of situation where you would say, your warrior training is to go home. And then you give them like a task that you would consider probably useless. Like, guard this random entrance that no human has ever come through ever. And then we happen to stumble through that, but they're gonna call it something cool, like warrior training. And Papyrus actually stumbles across a human that way, but really they gave him a task they knew probably wouldn't do anything. Is that what's happening? It's a still work in progress. How come nobody else has caught on to the fact that like Sans is actually like super smart and would actually have been super helpful for like these guard people, and nobody's like recruited him how I imagine like the FBI does, where they're like at colleges being like, this kid is super smart, let's recruit him. Nobody's done that with Sans. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you something. The music stopped and that makes me suspicious. Oh. This feels important. Have you ever heard of a talking flower? The one that said like, kill or be killed. Flowery? Flowery. Yes. Have you ever heard of a talking flower? At this point, I have no reason to doubt or lie to Sans. Sans has helped us at every point along the way. Yes. So you know all about it? No, I would not say I know all about it. That you took me admitting that I know this exists and said, oh, so you know everything that could possibly exist under the sun about it. That's not the same thing. Oh, the echo flower. Okay, that we were talking about two different flowers. I was talking about flowery. You were talking about the other flower that was literally right outside where I grabbed you. You grabbed me. Whatever. The echo flower. Two very different flowers. They're all over the marsh. Say something to them, and they'll repeat it over and over. Are they like the equivalent of messenger pigeons? Like, because someone says something, and then if I come along, that's a human coming along. I can listen to it, and it'll be like a hidden message. And then I have to figure out who said it. I don't know, that's what I'm picturing. That was my dramatic reenactment. What about it? What about it? You are the one asking me about it. I should be asking you what about it. Oh, I probably did, and that's why he said what about it. Anyways, okay, never mind. I can understand the flow of conversations with the silent protagonist, I swear. Well, Papyrus told me something interesting the other day. Sometimes when no one else is around, a flower appears and whispers things to him. I came into this game knowing nothing about it, other than it's super popular. I have deduced it's a meme game. I was not expecting a horror game. This is horror. This is what happens in horror games, like slow burn psychological horror games. Don't give me this. I was not mentally prepared for this. I was expected for memes, not horror. But okay, here we are. As I was saying about psychological horror, I picture that to be something terrifying. That, you know, these mysterious flowers would pop up and say something horrible and awful, like, I don't know, the Red Queen level stuff from Resident Evil, like, you're all going to die down here. And instead it's like, that outfit looks amazing on you. And I can't believe how smart you are. And you are the light of everyone's world. Because these flowers say flattery, advice, and encouragement. The music here also implies this is very dramatic. It's just not what I was expecting if that's what the flowers say. Oh, predictions. Where you pause this text keeps making me open my mouth and put a foot in it. Weird, huh? Someone must be using an echo flower to play a trick on him. Is that you, Sans? Keep an eye on, okay? Thanks. The mood of the thanks is like the mood on the notes with the sock where it's like, okay. That feels like it's Sans saying good things to his brother. Nope, that was a long break. Can't believe I let you pull me away from work for that long. Oh, by the way, I'm flat broke. Can you foot the bill? When you purposefully then made me order 2 burgers just so you could prank me with one, Sans. I don't have that much money. I don't have 10,000 G's. No. Just kidding. Grillby, put it on my tab. By the way, I was going to say something, but I forgot. That's a mood. I get that. Are we gonna eat the burger? A part of me wonders how much all of that is related to plot. Because if the game is a game of memes, I don't know what the plot is, besides I guess getting out, but what roadblocks will we have along the way that are potentially related to what Sans just said? No clue. Big question mark. I do have to stop the video here because of like things and stuff and appointments that are scheduled. So in this video, I've mostly poked around Papyrus's house, made some jokes, referenced some memes, and listened to a very dramatic conversation with Sans. It's all extremely confusing, but I will stop here for now. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the video and the game, and I will see you next time.